if you got something here, I can throw in the stream. Did you just?
Yeah, I wanted to get there. This is a quote from Dr. Jordan Peterson. He said, and this is a prime example of what not to do in a relationship. But it illustrates a few points I wanted to make. It says you want something like this is what his advice was. He's given a lot of advice about like what to look for in a girl, right? This is the man who talks about how he fell in love with his wife when he was 7 years old and went through this has been very blue pill pretty much his entire life. So here's what he says. He says, you want someone to contend with because you learn through that wrestling. You learn where you're an idiot and where you should stop being an idiot and vice versa. Okay, so first of all, that's self-deprecation right there. It's like, I'm an idiot and I need a wife to help me save me from myself. This is the plot of every single stupid, inane, sitcom since Dr. Huxtable, right? Since 1985. Okay, this is the plot from Everybody Loves Raymond. That's what this is. Save me from myself, mommy. I need you. I'm an idiot. I'm a man, and I need a woman to tell me that I'm an idiot. So that's the spiritual aspect of marriage. The fact that you have to contend with someone. Under all that sort, do you think that the patriarchs of old really said, I want to contend with someone. I really want a wife to contend with. Under all that sort of circumstance, it's a manner of promoting psychological or spiritual growth. Now, this is where you're going to get into sort of the woo-woo magical thinking side of things, because a lot of guys, when they get into, like really right now, marriage, as we've been illustrating throughout this podcast, marriage is for elite men. Right? You have to have the 666, right? 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 6-figure income. You've got it. And that's just entry level, right? Just what was Myron just saying? That's entry level. That's not even elite. So really what and I'm quoting Dalrock here, is marriage has become an institution, not only of like upper middle class people with college degrees, but it's also elite in the sense that you have to be one of these guys to earn the honor of being marriageable, of being economically attractive, so that you can get into the perfect relationship, which is contending with a woman so she can tell you when you're an idiot. And what I wanted to point out in all of this is that when you see this, when you see stuff like this, these are people who these are old order thinkers. And so guys will say, well, I don't want a girl that's like stupid, like Troy was saying. I don't want to go with a PhD student, but I don't necessarily want to get with somebody who is, functionally retarded. But it's like, that's the only thing, because we live in the age of emotion and it's all binary extremes. So if she's not a fucking doctoral candidate for like astrophysics, she's this idiot barista who had never finished high school. Those are the only two choices.
First off, right? Baristas are college grads.
I have really great conversations with my wife. Did she ever go to med school or no, she didn't. Right. And I can still relate with her. And, we have had a very good relationship for the last 24 years. Does she correct me? No, she doesn't correct me. If anything, you know what you want in a woman? You want a woman who has insight, who can check herself, who knows when she's wrong and is willing to admit it. That's what I get into it with guys on Twitter all the time, because they'll say women never apologize. And they're right. They don't. So when they do, it's this rare occasion. They never give compliments and they never apologize for anything, because we live in an age where women are blameless. They're sinless. They don't do anything wrong. Only men do things wrong. How do we know that? Well, since the mid-'80s, we've been taught that men are either abusers or they're ridiculous buffoons they're Homer Simpsons, or they're rapists or potential rapists. Those are the three choices you have when you pick a man, according to popular consciousness today in Western societies. So when we say, well, men are flawed, well, they can be flawed in those three ways. How can we make them? Men, you need to do better. And if your marriage is based on you need to keep doing better, you need to make more, you need to do this, you don't have the frame. She has the frame, and she will continue to have that frame so long as that's what's being fed to her, and that's what you expect from yourself. Because most guys, when they get into marriages, they expect to get into that marriage and think that, no, it's an equal partnership. It's equal. We're even Stevens right now. No, women don't want an equal. They can't look up to a man who is their equal. They want somebody who's better than. It's the Patrice O'Neill thing, right? You want a man who's smarter than you, bigger than you, more violent than you, makes more money than you, has broader shoulders than you, all these things, and you want him to think that he's your equal. No,
Correct.
that's not how that works. And when you see something like, what was it, Gottlieb or Jordan Peterson here, they're basing their suggestions on old order thinking. That's what this is.